My dear participants, if you permit me, I will start, even if not so many are connected yet. I would first like to start with some housekeeping. We have started to record. You are not being seen on the screen. First of all, our finance officer will do her presentation. When she is done, you have the occasion to ask questions, but we would like to ask you to write your question into the frequently F&A column, which is underneath your screen, and to write it there so that our finance officer can read the questions and answer them. And for the question and answer session, we will stop the recording. So it's only the presentations that will be recorded. Please let me introduce first, before we start, our finance officer to you. Dr. Eufemia Ippolito is a lawyer, attorney at law, specialized in company, European, and international law. She was professor of company law, graduated in law and graduated also in foreign languages and literature, specifically in French. From 2009 to 2019, she was BPW representative in the Council of Europe. And from 2004 to 2008, she was representative in the European Women Lobby, board member and membership committee. She had many tasks, as you can imagine, but one of her major tasks and major endeavors was to lead the Italian Federation, FIDAPA, with our most numerous membership. That was quite a big challenge for, I think, for everybody. So I won't take up so much time for myself, but I would like to give the floor now to our finance officer, Dr. Eufemia Ippolito. Please, Eufemia, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Eufemia Ippolito, BPW Executive Finance Officer 2021-2024. I'm lawyer. I greet International President Catherine Bossard, and I greet and thank everyone for participating in this webinar. I am very happy to introduce the financial policy and the dues policy that I intend to promote since the beginning of my mandate. So, I will talk about the rules of the BPW Constitution and BPW Procedure Manual on financial matters, on the financial structure, on the tax, on the financial management team, on the taxes of the Executive Finance Director. So, financial policy. Respect the principles: legality, clarity, transparency, financial consolidation to optimize the economic situation of BPW International and in accordance with the duties of the Executive Finance Officer, as per the Procedure Manual 2.3.5, 2.3.6. These principles were the basis of my Executive Finance Officer candidacy. My commitment from 1st April 2021, from the moment of my office, has been to work legally, clearly and transparently, respecting the duties of the Executive Finance Officer as per procedure manual. Together with the International President Catherine Bossard, we have set up the financial management team in the persons of Chair Eufemia Ippolito, Executive Finance Officer, members Catherine Bossard, International President, Janet Ryan, BPW Canada, Marcella De Salvo, BPW Italy Savona Club, Bertiller James, BPW Mawanza Club, Tanzania. The financial management team was voted on by the BPW International Board in June 2021. I believe that working with the financial management team is important and necessary to ensure that financial decisions comply with financial policy, keep BPW International's expenses within budget, propose, if necessary, changes to the amount of the fees or other variations. I have always sent all the accounting documents for examination by the financial management team. Profit and loss, dues unpaid and paid, statements and reports to comment on the accounting documents, then sent to the BPW executive. Dues policy. Annual dues of affiliate federations and affiliate clubs are payable on a per member basis at a rate fixed for the triennium, as decided by the General Assembly. However, under difficult circumstances, I, the Executive Finance Officer, will consider accepting dues payments in USD dollars, which is equivalent in monetary value. Dues are payable by 31st March, after which date penalties may be levied. Affiliate federations and affiliate clubs of BPW International are required to calculate and report the number of members of 31 December each year. If an affiliate fails to report the membership number, then they are invoiced for their previous year's membership number plus 10%. Penalties for late payment. Affiliates who fail to pay dues by 31st March each year are liable for a penalty of 6% annually. In addition, affiliates who do not pay their membership fees before 30 June of that year may be suspended from membership of BPW International beginning 1st July. So, attention please. We have decided with International President, with Financial Management Team, and with the BPW Executive that to the affiliate federations and affiliate clubs that have not paid their dues by March 31, 2021, penalties have not been applied, also due to COVID-19. So, affiliates in countries classified by the United Nations as least developed countries benefited from the reduction for 50% of dues. Resolution passed 2005. BPW International Special Funds Policy. The funds policy is used on the basis of the executive spending programs, with reference to the matters relating to each fund. The main funds are Battersea Fund. The Battersea Fund is the proceeds of the leasehold sale of the BPW International Building in the UK in 2001. The Battersea Fund can be used by BPW International at the discretion of the executive, but the capital invested can only be used for purposes agreed by a resolution of the General Assembly, with expenditure subject to the agreement of the International Board. Congress Fund. The Congress Fund was designated for reducing Congress registration fees for members. It was approved at Congress in 2008 and levied for the first time in 2010. The Congress Fund is required to be maintained separately from other accounts. Esther W. Eimer, BPW UN Training Fund. This fund, Esther W. Eimer, BPW UN Training Award, allows a business of professional women to study at United Nations agencies and commissions. Esther Eimer was the representative of BPW International to the United Nations in New York from 1947 to 2001. Young BPW Congress Fund. The Young BPW Fund was initiated in 1985 to assist business and professional women under the age of 35 to participate in BPW international congresses. One young BPW member is chosen from each region to receive financial help towards travel and or registration expenses to the extent of the available funds. There are other funds that we can talk about next time. Project funding policy. A fund has been established by international president and by BPW executive to help our war-affected members in Ukraine. The executive approved the projects of BPW Italy, BPW Madrid, BPW Poland, BPW Romania, which meet the requirements. So we take this opportunity to thank affiliate federations and affiliate clubs who have been generous in offering financial support to the Ukrainian sisters. Finance handover. The signatures on HSBC Bank accounts in London, as agreed with the BPW International President, would have been changed by going to London. Unfortunately, up to now, it has not been possible to go to London due to COVID-19 and due to unavailability of a member of the past executive. However, we plan to go to London shortly in October to change the signatures between past international president past international president and international president Catherine Bossard, and between past executive finance officer and me, executive finance officer in this triennium. The executive finance officer during her term arranges for the accounts to be independently examined at the end of each year by a chartered or certified public accountant and circulates those examined accounts to the international board by the end of the next June with an analysis of the consequences to BPW International. The executive finance officer during her term provides to the international board a copy of the accounts 30 days after each year end to the fiscal year and report on the independent examiner 6 months after closing the year. So I sent on January 30, 2022, the balance sheet and profit and loss, January 1st, 2021, December 31, 2021, to financial management team, to the BPW executive, and to the BPW International Board. I sent on June 30, 2022, the financial statements and independent auditors report for the years ended December 31, 2021, and my management report as executive finance officer. So, in the profit and loss and in the balance sheet sent to the BPW board at the end of January 2022 and in accordance with the procedure manual, all the revenue items and all the expense items by type are shown in an analytical manner. Analytical, I repeat, manner. I have always consulted international president, the executive secretary, the financial management team on financial matters. And specifically that the amount of individual expenses is constantly monitored by me, by international president, by accountant Dr. Barbara Rosso, and by the financial management team with control and supervision functions. Each expense is checked and authorized by me, executive finance officer, and the related accounting entries are made by the accountant on a monthly basis with reconciliation on the bank account statements. Each budget item presents the comparison with the budget approved during the General Assembly of March 2021 for each single year of a 3-year period, 2021-2024, as well as with evidence of the balances of the previous year. During the bi-monthly BPW executive meetings, I sent all the accounting documentation to the financial management team in advance for control and to BPW executive, and I prepare a presentation of entire financial situation update to the previous month. The monitoring of the dues is carried out monthly with reminders to the affiliates federation and affiliate clubs that do not appear to have paid to dues, and sending the schemes to the regional coordinators whose support is precious. Finance, I specify that together with the final balance sheet, I, as BPW Executive Finance Officer, I have prepared my report giving account of the most significant items of the balance sheet, which constitute the report of the operational, administrative, and financial management of BPW. The financial statements have been revised to voluntary auditing by a statutory auditor who has verified the correctness and relevance from an account and documentary point of view of with each individual expense. At the end of the aforementioned audit, the auditor issued his one report, certify its truthfulness and compliance with accounting principles. The financial statements and independent auditor's report was sent on 30 June 2022 to BPW Financial Management Team, to BPW Executive, and to BPW International Board. The budget for each single year of 3-year period will then be approved by the General Assembly to be held in 2024, together with the reports for the 3-year period. The budget is in line with the budget approved for the 3-year period by the board at the General Assembly of March 2021. So now the percentages of paid and unpaid total dues. Total dues, percentage of total invoices paid at to date 2022, 80% paid, 20% unpaid. And now, percentage for each regional coordination. Africa percentage dues paid 2022 Africa. 25 paid, 75 unpaid. Asia Pacific. 60% paid, 40% unpaid. Europe, 19% paid, 10% unpaid. Latin America, 5% paid, 95% unpaid. North America and the Caribbean region, 80% paid, 20% unpaid. One moment, I specify that we are sending the invoices for 2022 to solicit the payment of the dues. So in the next meeting in October of the BPW executive and to the financial management team, I will ask not to apply the penalties for 2022. It's okay? And now, so finally, from board list August 2022, there are total members BPW International 23,629. 40 federation, 79 clubs, 8 individual members. BPW International is present in 104 countries. New clubs and federation, thanks BPW International President and Vice President, we are one new federation and 20 new clubs. So I'm done. Thank you for your attention, and I am available for any clarification and any question. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our dear finance officer.